I think it's so important to identify the God-given dreams we have and steward them to our best abilities, which means, yes, maybe investing money, investing time, investing effort. Yo, how's it going, fam? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Hainzer. I make music and I make these kinds of vlogs all for the glory of God. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the fam. Guys, today I'm excited because I'm about to go and buy a new MacBook. And the reason I'm going to buy a new MacBook is because it's important to invest in your God-given dreams. And I want to talk about that more later on in the video, but I'm gonna go and get this MacBook. This here is my 2013 MacBook Pro. So I've used this MacBook for 11 years now and I feel like it's had a good run. It has 4 gigabytes of memory. They don't even make that anymore. I think the lowest you can get is like 8 gigabytes now. As I said in my New Year reset vlog, I'm gonna be posting 2 videos a week this year, and although I could use this one, honestly guys, it's so bad that like I edit on Final Cut Pro. I usually use it for editing only, and then I use this MacBook for music, but I'm gonna be selling that soon because it's also very slow for no reason at all. But yeah, editing on this old Mac has definitely tested my patience, just with how slow it is. And honestly, for 2 videos, I don't see myself, you know, being able to have that much patience. So this is definitely a need. You've done me well, 13-inch MacBook Pro, late 2013. All right, let's go get the new one. Guys, here it is. It is a few hours later. I spent some time doing some other things today. Now let's open it. This is a little unboxing for you that you didn't ask for. It's ASMR. It's nothing like opening new Apple stuff. I feel like opening new Apple products is an experience, you know? It's not just about the product, it's about the experience. That's what they got right. In case you were wondering, I got the MacBook Air, which is just enough for me at the moment. As I said, my other one was a 2013 edition, so I believe this one is from 2020. Oh my gosh. It's the same color, it just doesn't have the light up. Wait, let me show you. They don't do this light anymore when you open it. It's nice and silver. I kind of like this one better though. This one does look a bit old. Maybe I'm just used to it, but ooh la la. Oh my word. Designed by Apple in California. And speaking of California, the reason I actually got this MacBook is because, as I said earlier, yeah, it's an investment for these vlogs that I do on YouTube as well as my music, but my wife and I are actually going on a trip very soon that I can't wait to share with everyone. And it's kind of like a career trip, but I want to be able to edit my 2 videos, and yeah, this will definitely help with that. You know, I've been meaning to wipe my old MacBook for the longest time.
To use Australian English as the main language, press the return key.
Oh gosh. And this is the perfect opportunity. It's kind of forcing me to start from scratch. So here's a side-by-side. They're basically the same size. This one is just thinner and more compact, which I like. Yeah, this is the 13-inch, which is perfect. It's the same screen size as I had before. Because of this upcoming trip my wife and I are going on, I did opt for the more affordable version. So this is the 13-inch MacBook Air with 8 gigabytes memory and it's 256 gigabytes storage, I believe. But it's got the M1 chip, which I've heard is really good. I'm going to set this up later. I'm excited to use this, but let me just get a better angle. Let's see what looks aesthetic. Okay, I think that's good. Let's talk about the importance of investing in your dreams. Every one of us has unique dreams that God has put on our hearts that complement our, strengths and weaknesses. That's an important part that we usually forget as well, that we were made with different strengths and weaknesses to kind of show us our purpose in a way. And as a follower of Jesus, I believe that it's for the body of Christ to be edified as well, because we all are a different part of the body. Yeah, I just believe that God's given us different dreams for us to pursue, and it's so important to invest in those dreams because God gave us our talents and our abilities for a reason. He gave them to us to use them for His glory. And so that's what I want to talk about a bit. I do want to share a bit of scripture. It's the parable of the talents that Jesus told in the Gospels. So Matthew 25 verses 14 and onwards, it says, "Again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. He gave 5 bags of silver to one, 2 bags of silver to another, and 1 bag of silver to the last, dividing it in proportion to their abilities. He then left on his trip. The servant who received the 5 bags of silver began to invest the money and earned 5 more. The servant with 2 bags of silver also went to work and earned 2 more. But the servant who received the 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid the master's money. After a long time, their master returned from his trip and called them to give an account of how they used his money. The servant to whom he had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more and said, 'Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more.' The master was full of praise. 'Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together.' The servant who had received the 2 bags of silver came forward and said, 'Master, you gave me 2 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 2 more.' The master said, 'Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together.' Then the servant with the 1 bag of silver came and said, 'Master, I knew you were a harsh man, harvesting crops you didn't plant and gathering crops you didn't cultivate. I was afraid I would lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here is your money back.' But the master replied, 'You wicked and lazy servant. If you knew I harvested crops I didn't plant and gathered crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it.' Then he ordered, 'Take the money from this servant and give it to the one with the 10 bags of silver. To those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. Now throw this useless servant into outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.'" That's intense. It's like a warning from God. And in the parable, Jesus uses the bags of silver or talents, it's called in other translations. And although it applies to how we steward our money as well, it's how we steward everything that God's given us. And I love how this parable speaks on the fact that we've all been given different amounts. Some people have been given a lot, and some people haven't been given that much, but equally we're all called to steward what we do have. Invest in the work that God's given you to do, which for me is music and content creation. And this MacBook that I am now saying goodbye to, look, it's even missing these little things on the bottom. I got this from my grandma when I was 13 years old, and I've used it, and I feel like I've been a good steward of it ever since. Now I'm here with this new MacBook that I'm so excited to be using, that I bought myself. And yeah, it's a needed investment that I will definitely be using. And I just pray that by me having this new MacBook, I'll be able to make more content like this, to be able to share with others and encourage and inspire others, as well as music. New music coming so soon. This year's going to be crazy for music, so make sure you're following me on Spotify and all the things, Apple Music. I don't even know if you can follow people on Apple Music, but shout out to all my Apple Music users out there. Anyways, I digress. Back to what I was saying about investing in your dreams. I think it's so important to identify the God-given dreams we have, emphasis on God-given, and steward them to our best abilities, which means, yes, maybe investing money, investing time, investing effort. And yeah, once you have that solid foundation of, okay, this is me walking in purpose, doing what God has given me to do on the earth, to use my talents and my abilities, my strengths and my weaknesses. Yeah, once we get the vision for that, we got to get to work. What an opportunity to steward the gifts we've been given. And although there's a warning in this parable that Jesus shares, how encouraging that the ones who did steward their gifts and their resources and their money well, they received a "well done, my good and faithful servant," and they were able to be put in charge of more. And the master in this parable says, let's celebrate together. And so may we make that our goal, to hear those words from Christ when we get to the end of our lives, because it's definitely better than what happens to the guy who didn't invest. So anyways, I'm gonna leave this video here. I pray that it's blessed you in some way. If it has, make sure you share it around with a friend or a family member. But yeah, other than that, God bless, and I'll see you in my next video. I'm actually about to go edit this video on my new Mac. I'm so excited. Anyways, peace.